Hey everyone, today we're bringing you another episode. It's been a long time since we've done one together. Today it's a bit different than usual. We're going to talk about a movie that is really special to the both of us. It didn't came out today or yesterday, but as you know and you've seen from the title, it's about Fight Club.
Yes, first thing I want to thank you that you bring out this movie out of nowhere. I think it's a good thing that we're gonna take
A nostalgia
nostalgic
route.
movie and something that touch us, especially, and we came up with new notes and thought about
some
it.
new perspectives to a movie that came out
Yeah.
20,
So let's get
23
started.
years ago. Yeah, so Fight Club is a movie directed by David Fincher, arguably one of the best directors out there today.
Definitely.
Brad Pitt and Edward Norton are in this movie, as well as Helena Bonham Carter,
Yeah.
Meatloaf, and Jared Leto as a pretty face. He's
Yeah.
probably
Pretty face.
his first big role, even before Requiem for a Dream. So
Yeah.
he was pretty unknown back then. It's a movie about someone who suffers from insomnia, and he speaks about how his life turned to the worst.
It's not just insomnia.
No, it
it's
starts
basically
with insomnia.
A split personality.
Yes. There's gonna because it's a movie that came out 20 years ago. Of course, there's gonna be spoilers throughout the entire video.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen this movie, please give it a watch. It's a must watch.
Yeah, it's a must-see movie. I think it's one of the, I believe, maybe top 10, top 20 ever movie.
Yes.
Must-see.
Yeah.
If you didn't watch it, if someone didn't watch
You
it
have
yet,
to.
you have
It's
to.
David Fincher's arguably one of his best work. For me, I think his best work is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Yeah.
But it's a
It's
different
a interpretation for the book.
Yeah.
Because there is a version,
it has a
European
Swedish
version.
but it's not a
No,
it's not a video about that one. But it is it's an amazing movie. It's a masterpiece.
Yeah, it's a
But
masterpiece.
now we're gonna talk about the movie itself. Before
Yeah.
we just talked around. You wanna start?
Okay. Basically, all the movie is dealing with the problem of over-consuming people that we are.
Yeah,
in
the
modern society.
consumerism of
In the modern
society. Yeah.
We collect things that we don't actually need.
Or want. Or
We collect
have to.
furniture, we collect shoes, clothes, everything that we can collect. And it's putting us in situation of wasting money that we don't have or we don't need. So we are in a circle of running after something we don't actually need.
And it's something that Tyler, Brad Pitt's character,
Yeah.
even says in the movie. We lost our basic instincts and what we are. Before we became a society, we were
A little
wild.
bit savage. We
were wild.
If you have a conflict with someone, you fight with him.
Yeah, you fight with him.
You put a few punch in his face. He put you something, and it's over.
Yeah,
and that's it.
And you let your inner self go out. You don't hold yourself.
If you remember in the movie, one of the
Missions,
that he gave to his pupils, how can you?
People.
Yeah, one of them is to
Start a fight with a random guy and lose purposely.
and you saw how people avoid it in any
They
cause.
do everything. Like there's a guy
Water.
with sprinkling water, and people people that walk by and they do nothing. They're like, what are you doing? And that's it.
I think in our country, you will pick a fight very quickly.
Here you will probably pick a fight.
Maybe in the more civilized.
So uncivilized.
Yeah.
But it's something that we do avoid conflict as much as we can as a society.
We are educated to avoid it.
Yeah.
It's
like the last
for
resort.
kindergarten, you are avoided from conflict.
Yeah.
We use our ability to speak, to solve conflict with speaking without maybe it's a good thing, but maybe you lose something
We
from
lost
the
our-
simple thing that you don't agree with someone. Maybe a small struggle.
Yeah, sometimes it can be like, I'm not saying that, fighting is good, but it takes something out of you. Like when you see two guys fighting in an arena in boxing or anything, it feels so, how do I say it? It's like your spirit is free. You feel like you're free.
All the anger, all the bad thoughts that you have, it's all you set them free.
Yeah.
Set them free. It's not about looking for a fight, or it's something that it's kind of a therapy.
Yeah.
You can accept it and you can deny it, but this is about the movie. It's all about.
Yeah. So, I think this movie has two great leads, Brad Pitt and Edward Norton.
Yeah. Perf-
Oscar-worthy performance.
Perfectly performant. I think if the movie would go out to the screen now,
Yeah, if it was released now as a new movie, it will take full house. It will take the entire sweep.
go stop the washing machine.
Okay, yeah, I'll be back in a second.
Yeah. Russ told me to speak something in the meanwhile. Well, I don't have actually something to say. We wait for Russ.
That was the washing machine.
Yeah, noise.
So yeah, as I've said, if this movie came out today, I think it would have taken all of the Oscars by a full sweep. I think the movies that come out today and the movies that Oscar give attention to.
I think the demands from players today is very low to get Oscars. I think that the level are very low. The demands are very low. I think if you go 10 years, 20 years, the competition was very strong. Think
you
about
had-
the movie that go
yeah,
out
you-
in the same year that the movie
You had
was.
you had the American Beauty that won almost
Yeah.
everything,
Kevin
and you had
Spacey, it's-
and you had Sixth Sense that
Yes.
year. You had amazing movies that year. This movie wasn't even nominated.
It's a very
to anything.
it's a very I don't know, decade.
Yeah,
All the directors are
like you had
trying to say they finally explode on the screen with new ideas, new movies.
But this movie captures the 90s and the start of the 2000s perfectly, because it shows us that like in the 90s.
You see. There was, if you remember, there was a cut from the movie that we saw, the exploding store of computer, Apple computer.
Yeah.
You think someone today will dare to explode for any idea, computer, any company, modern company that is, any brands that
Not,
they're scared
not-
from them.
Yeah, the mess, the huge companies,
Think about
the
this,
corporations.
some company that you maybe you explode, I don't know, Tesla cars. And you-
Yeah, in a movie.
in a movie. You think about it?
You do have explosions of old cars all the time, and sometimes
Yeah.
new cars.
But not new,
Like-
brand new.
Yeah, the only
company.
brand new cars that I can that comes on top of my mind is the Transformers movie, because they wreck everything.
Yes, but it's
But it's a car movie, and Fast and Furious, those are cars movies, so they have to destroy cars. But we digress from the.
as I said, a lot of daring from the director.
Yeah, and studios back
Yeah.
then gave
Gave them
money
the chance, yes.
to directors to express themselves and make the movies they want, not the movies the studio
There is a
wants.
lot of say from the director. Today, I think the big studio have
The studios are the directors.
Yeah.
Like even if you have a super talented director,
you can't
Like-
say what you think.
like Sam Raimi is doing Doctor Strange 2, the Multiverse of Madness, and he's a great director, he's
Yeah.
amazing, but I don't know how much of his say is in this movie and not Marvel's. Like Marvel has an entire plan for
Yeah.
movies. He just comes in as a director and they give him notes and what to do. But like
if they stop him and say this scene cannot be
Yeah,
shot, and
they did
cut it.
fire Scott Derrickson, the director of the first movie, because they had a disagreement about where the character needs to go. So today, I think the studios are the movies. Like sometimes you get a director's note, like Dune. The studio
Yeah.
gave to Denis Villeneuve and told him, yeah, go make this movie. Like there are a couple of
The freedom of art is not easily.
no, like
easily
only
made.
the top directors get that. Like
Yeah.
you have Christopher Nolan.
When they can produce their own movie, basically almost alone.
Yeah, like even Francis Ford Coppola is producing his new movie himself. No other studio wants to give
Yeah.
Francis Ford Coppola a movie, and it's Francis Ford Coppola.
Yes,
He made
but
one of the best movies of all
There is
time.
no actually freedom, creation. Freedom
Martin
of creation.
Scorsese.
Think about it. It's very sad.
Yeah, but even Martin Scorsese can't find a funding from a studio. Apple is funding his next movie.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And his last movie was The Irishman from Netflix. So, like, the ones who dare are the streaming service and not the big
Think
studios.
about it. There cannot be a criticism against big corporation anymore because they control some level of anything.
Yeah.
They involve maybe in the production, maybe in the
Storytelling
the
and
distribution of the movie.
they own the movie.
Yeah.
They fund it and they market it and they distribute everything.
Also, when they're not funded, they somehow connect to the production.
They are
So there is a very problem to make criticism
Yeah.
of the actions,
Exactly.
and it's a very sad thought. I think.
And this, like what we talked about right now, shows you how amazing this movie is. Because
Think about the way it's shot. There
No,
is a
but-
lot disappearance.
Yeah, but-
there is a lot of
dissonance and like
Yes.
there's a moving like the pictures, like the editing
there's
is
a lot
amazing.
of artistics doing
Yeah.
in the watching of the movie.
Yeah, you have like the phone ringing and it's
And
like
the sound.
and
And the
it
sound
comes
is
from all over
also
the place.
very-
But what I wanted to say, and you cut me again, is yeah, we talked a couple of minutes here. We didn't even talk about Fight Club. We talked about the consumerism and
Yeah.
everything. But it shows you how amazing this movie is because it makes you ask questions
Yeah.
and think about the big corporation. Makes you think about our society today. Even though this movie came out 23 years ago, it's as relevant today.
It's relevant for
It's even more relevant now because the corporation became even bigger than what
and
they
there
were.
is a problem today to speak about those
Issues.
mind controlling consumer. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, nobody speaks. Nobody has his own saying. Nobody can do what he wants.
I think the disease of consuming problem is now more than ever. It's more than
Yeah.
when the movie came out.
Yeah, even more so now.
Now people collect things that you say for what?
For what?
For what? Yeah.
We
also have
everyone,
the part of
everyone
this
has a
problem.
blame in
Yeah,
this in
course.
this problem, but
We're not free from this.
no.
But at least we're aware of it.
Yeah, we know we have a problem. it's sort of a disease. Like it captures you, but it shows you how movies back then in the 90s had a saying, and it was a director's vision,
Yeah.
and they are still relevant today.
Very relevant. Very.
Even more, like even if you watch Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, all of the movies from the 90s, like The Game, from David
Yeah.
Fincher with
Yes, yes.
Michael Douglas, and like there's a huge corporation behind it. It's
Yeah.
like an espionage.
Everything is
Everything,
direct.
yeah, and everything wasn't real.
No.
So it shows you how like those movies back then had a saying, and they tackled some serious problem that was back then. Most of those problems didn't.
A good movie can stay for last.
Yeah,
It doesn't stop to be.
No, but amazing movie becomes even better
Yeah.
with the years. Like when you watch it a couple of times and then you start noticing stuff. Like there's in this movie in the early like the first 15 minutes, the movie starts and then you see like a mini flashes like when those
Yeah.
when there was a cigarette burns on top,
Yeah.
and there were flashes of Tyler, of Brad Pitt, like a millisecond of a flash of a character just popping to the screen and pops back
Yeah.
out, and it's something that like when you watch it first time you're like, well, there's probably a problem with the editing. Is
Yeah.
it supposed to be? But then you learn that Tyler has like he works as an editor of film.
He projects movie.
Yeah, he projects movie, and sometimes he puts like
maybe C movies.
yeah, and he puts like pornographic
Yeah.
images in kids' movies like for 1 millisecond, then they're like scarred, and it's. I don't know how to explain this, but this movie.
The freedom to create.
Yeah.
The freedom. The freedom
Exactly.
to create what you want, what you think, what you wish for. I don't think it's these things are very
And
happening now.
And another thing that this movie has done amazingly is the narration by Edward
Yeah.
Norton. I think most movies don't understand how to use narration, right? Sometimes it feels like expositional dump and
No.
just like no, not this movie, but most of the time it feels like they're just dumping you stuff and it comes from here, it goes from there. You don't need it.
No,
But
here is very important
it's-
to understand because it's if you watch it, it's look like it's the real
A real diary from him.
mental situation of Edward Norton present
Yeah.
that he have. All the story, it's like a real story. He presented as a real story that happened to him. Who is it? The person, the other person.
Yeah, and there's stuff that when you watch it like the second and third time, and you see Tyler telling to, I will keep calling him Edward Norton and Brad Pitt Tyler Durden because Edward Norton's name in the movie is narrator. That's how he's credited, and nobody says his name.
Basically, it's one person but split the personality.
Yeah, and when Tyler,
The other side of him, it's played by.
it's him.
Yeah,
It's
but
him.
who play it?
Brad Pitt. And like when Brad Pitt tells him, "Don't tell other people about me.
us. Yes.
Don't say that you're speaking with me. Don't tell them." And when Edward Norton's like narrating and he says, "You never see Tyler and Helena Bonham Carter together." And the first time you don't understand, but like when
You don't see three of them together.
Yeah, you never see.
It's impossible.
Yeah, you never see them together because she's always with him, with Edward Norton.
But he cannot remember. Be with
No,
her.
but he has like fragments of memories of
Yes.
something. And it's like, did it happen? Did it not? I was there, wasn't
We
I?
are going to the viewers the movie.
Yeah, but-
they should watch it and enjoy it.
Definitely.
It's a must. It's beautifully played.
And it's something.
It's a masterpiece.
And it's those kind of movies that we will keep talking about movies like
Yes,
this.
occasionally we
Yeah, when
we collect one
when there's
movie
a
that-
dire state and new stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Like next week, in our country in the cinema, it's gonna be The Northman, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, and Everything Everywhere All at Once coming out at the same day here. So we will try maybe watch one day and give a review. We don't know how we'll do it. I don't know who decided to distribute these movies at the exact same time.
Yeah, we should see how it presented the
Yeah, there's like holiday for us here, so it probably wouldn't be open. So it will take a bit of time to get all of those
Continue
movies.
watch after us.
Yeah, we will talk about those movies. There's a new TV shows coming out. There's Stranger Things next month, Obi-Wan Kenobi as well. So there's gonna be some new stuff as well. But we did want to talk about some older stuff. So we would like to know what did you think about doing something of a bit different, not an exact review of a movie, but like a thought about what movie and what this movie makes you think. And
It's like a good book. This is what
Yeah.
this is what
it's
it is.
based on a book.
Yeah, it looks like, and it's live inside of you.
Yeah, it
something.
stays. It stays.
You don't forget this movie.
Yeah. Thank you again for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell because our release schedule is all over the place. We try and make it once weekly, but we don't have always the time to make it. And yeah, we will try to do better with the releases of each video. But thank you again for watching. As always, we are the Movie Busters, and until next time, have a good one.